Welcome, welcome everybody. Let's take a look at the market. We're going to look at the weekly. We'll look at the daily, of course, the trade of the day. We'll look at a trade I made as well. Okay, so let's get started here on the weekly chart. Look at this, guys and gals. We had all-time high this week at 49.57, but this candlestick, today is Wednesday, right smack dab in the middle of the week, is a red candlestick. Now, we haven't seen one of those in a while. Look at all these candlesticks. All of them are green except for previously to this week, one. All right. Divergence, I've been talking about this, has been slowly kind of making its way into the picture here. And I think we're in for some time for decline. Okay, we'll talk about what happened today far as where the price is right now. These are, of course, the S&P 500 futures we're looking at. For now, I do think we're going to see a March 31st. Well, let's call this here on the weekly. We just have it in March 31st. That's where I've got it, not we. There's a little old me here, not a we. But and then there's also April 7th on there. I just don't have it marked. So the green one here is April 7th. The blue one is March 31st. So approximately around this time, I am anticipating a cycle low here. Okay. And, we'll kind of pull back. I don't know. I don't really know. But just kind of as a spot to be keeping an eye on is this 47.15. Okay. And the bottom of this one is 47.02. Okay. So this is what I'd call a natural support point. All right. So I'll tell you what, I know the public is watching this. And we're going to go ahead and put this up there for you guys. Okay, members, of course, get nightly emails. They get all the details on day-to-day and my thoughts about what's going to happen. They also get access to the Discord server and the streaming charts. If you're interested in becoming a member, stick around to the end of the video and I'll show you how to do that, okay? So let's put a line here. We'll just stick it out over here somewhere. All right, we'll make it yellow. At the bottom of this is 47.02. That's close enough. Okay, we're going to turn this to yellow. We'll make it kind of a thick line, 2, and it's going to be 47.02. So now when we look at the charts here, we'll every day we can have kind of an idea of where we think support's going to be. Okay, so that's support, and let me put a label on it. A label. Okay, 47.02. Hit OK, do this, edit this little bad boy. We're going to turn that yellow as well. We'll make this size like 18 here, make it nice and big. There you go. Okay, so weekly chart, there we go. 47.02 is the most, there is a little support right here on this one. That would be 47.46. When we get down into that area, which I think we will, we can talk about that. But it's just basically another line right above it. But these two are the natural support points on the weekly chart. So 47.02 definitely sticks out. All right. So that's that. And yeah, I think that's possible could happen down in this area. Okay. Like second week of March all the way to like the first week of April. Let's just call it 3 to 4 weeks time period right in this area. All right. I think that's where we're headed. And I think this quite possibly could be just the beginning. Based on what I'm seeing here, things are starting to look a little weak. All right. Okay. Let's take a look at the daily chart. Okay, here we're in the daily chart, made some updates. So I had one of the members ask me, I think it was in the member chat in the Discord server, did I think we're gonna get down to the 20-day? He's talking about the simple moving average, which I don't know if I have it on here at the moment. We can turn it on. I have 24 because I like that one better. So let's turn that on. Turn that on. So there it is. That green line right there would be basically what he's talking about, which is around 40. Sorry. Because I got the HMI turned on here. Let's turn it off. Let's turn the HMI off so we can see it better. Yeah, there it is. 48.34. My math is right. There it is. 48.34. So that's the 24 simple moving average, which is, in my opinion, a little more accurate than the 20. Do I think we're going to get down to that? he asked me, it's a question he asked me on the server. And then what I did is I set up some of the additional support points, because now I think all-time high has been set for a while, and maybe permanently. Well, I mean, not permanently, but at least for a while. And so here's what we got. Okay. There you go. Do I really need to say anything else? I mean, the numbers are right there. There it is. Okay, for everybody to see. Oh my gosh, there they are. These are natural support points, guys and gals. That's what this is. And I said on the Discord server earlier today, when the question came up, did I think we're going to hit the 20-day moving average? I put this picture of this chart up so the members can see it. That was my response. And I said I thought that 48.72 was going to happen easily, rather easily. I didn't know it was going to happen today, but boy, did it ever. Look at this, right down and touched it. Okay. I pulled it off these 2 candlesticks back here, and it came right down and touched it. Look at this right now. It's trading exactly at 48.72. So this line was put in there long before this candlestick even came down. Okay, so below that, you can see my next natural support point here is 48.08. Yep, I do think we're going to get to it. It's going to happen. What's interesting is that I had been saying, I had this cycle here for January 31st. I said, guys, I don't think this is going to happen. Well, look at this. Right on time, the last 2 days, absolutely amazing. Even I thought this cycle low was going to happen, because it was so late into this cycle. I just thought, okay, we're not going to see anything, but it happened. There it is. We had a range today of 72, and yesterday I think it was like 30 something at 24. Okay, so total range of these 2 days right here, 100 points. Really nice. Okay, it came right down into the cycle low. Very powerful. Cycles are just absolutely amazing. So here are my thoughts just moving forward. There it is, February 8th. Okay, I don't really have to say too much more, do I? It's kind of all just happening here. There are the numbers. There's the dates. And I think as we get to this one, the 25th, there's the 13th out here, and there's some other dates out there. Okay, that's the second week of March I was talking about, all the way to the first week of April. That's that section here, and moving that way for like maybe another 3 weeks. That is super duper vulnerable time in the market out there. And I think, the market could bounce up again and do some stuff over here between now and then as we go through these cycles. But February 8th being only, basically 8 calendar days away, oh yeah, the market's going to decline. The chances are very high the market's going to decline down to February 8th. And I think 48.08 is on the menu. Okay, here is my trade of the day. I made $175 last night. You can see I only did 2 trades, as I'm trading 2 future contracts at a time. So I only did 2 trades in the last, 18 hours. I made $175 last night. Kind of made a boo-boo last night. And just the market gapped down at the open, and I got a little excited and jumped in there when I shouldn't have. So I had to wait and wait and wait and wait. Eventually I got out of the hole, made $175. And then today, somewhere over here in this big mess of pullback, I made $1,000. And I'm kind of kicking myself. I was really tired. I had to get some sleep, so I slept through some of this. But I had my limit order sitting there up in this area. It's another one of those coulda, woulda, shouldas. Could have been like a $3,000 day or $2,500 day, but whatever. I'm happy. Those are my goals, $1,000 a day. So there you go. You can see approximately when I took this snapshot. I think I got in over here somewhere right in this area, like 03, which was really silly that I even took a short during this time, because I saw what the market was doing, and I should have waited till I got up here so I could have made huge banky bucks. Some stupid old habits kind of creeping in there. But I had such a pretty good feel for the market, that the market was going to pull back hard. If it wasn't going to be today, it was going to be real soon. All the data was saying the market's going to pull back super hard. And sure enough, it happened today. So happy camper there, nice profits. I talked about my goals yesterday. Like I've been saying lately, you should have goals. Right now, lately, for probably the last couple months, I guess, somewhere around there, I've been trading two future contracts. That's what my account can kind of support right now. But my goal, of course, is to head towards 3. And I think that's going to happen pretty soon, maybe sometime next week or the week after. I think I'll be looking at probably trading 3 contracts instead of 2. So that's a nice little leap up in position size, and taking on some more profits, right? That's the goal. And you should have those goals too. You should be, for like I talked about, I have quite a few different members, and some of them are doing really small retail accounts. Some of them are trading, a few e-micros. Some people might be trading just one e-micro futures. Of course, a lot of them are trading options. Whatever you're doing, you should have a goal every day. I don't care if that goal is $20 a day. Okay. Times 5 times a week. Let's say you're only able to do it 4 times a week. Let's say you can't do it every day. Let's say you only get done 4 days a week. Okay, well, you all know what that is, right? $80. Right, 4 days a week. How many weeks in a month? We know it's approximately 4. $320 a month. Just think about that. How many of you right now, be honest, for small retail account holders, how many of you are consistently making $320 every month? You can't lie to yourself. Go look at the statements. I bet you most are not. I bet you most people are not even making $320 a month. These should be your goals. I'm not saying this exact number. You should know what your goals are. They need to be realistic, right? You need to have realistic goals. If $320 to $400 a month is all your account can do, that's great. Just keep on knocking it out of the park. You should consistently be looking for this $20 a day or $25, whatever it is. If your account's bigger, fine. Do 100, do 200, do 500, whatever it is. Do the math. Figure out what your account can handle, and you should be consistently trying to make profits. The membership, of course, can help you do that, okay? I'm not guaranteeing it's going to help you make profits. That has a lot to do with you, but it certainly should help if you're patient enough. Okay, you can see every day for the last few months, last couple of months probably, I've been making almost every day $1,000 a day, okay? Some days less. Had a few bad days here and there, but been pretty consistently doing this, okay? And yes, that means I'm using my own membership, as you're seeing in these charts, as I put out the videos, right? Okay, let's take a look at the trades of the day on the intraday charts, and then we'll finish up the video. All right, so here we are on the 5-minute chart. There were quite a few possible entries throughout this day. Today is a very interesting day because the market the intraday charts had a behavior change. And I look at the charts pretty much all day long, okay? And I can tell when something's changing on the intraday charts. And if they start really changing significantly enough, then it's going to propagate, make its way to the daily chart, which is what happened today. So it was kind of obvious to me last night when I started seeing this going on. The market just tracked sideways. Everything on this chart you're seeing is the entire day. This was 5 o'clock last night over here when the futures opened up, and it's still trading right now. We're at 48.71. We have maybe just like a few minutes left. Intraday I think is closed already, but futures trade till 4 o'clock, so there's a little bit of room to go here. I think we're right now at 3:15. Sorry. So we have about 45 minutes till the futures close, okay? So this is the entire day, all the way over here, okay? And let's take a look at some of the opportunities that happened. Now, the one that really truly stands out was this morning. And we're also going to look at, I think, give me a second to look across the room here. Yeah, we're going to look at the hourly chart because I want to show you something that really reveals itself on both these charts, the 5-minute and the hourly, okay? So let me zoom in a little bit because this is a little bit hairy, okay? All right, the trade that we're looking at and the Get Us Plus indicator got triggered right here at 6:55 this morning, okay? And there it is right there, and here's the purple candlestick, and here's the SMI sitting up here like this, okay? And it does its little thing for about, this looks like about a half an hour, maybe a little more. You can see this big old white doji here, see this? It's like an evening star, just like, hello, love, right? Just resonating, sitting up there. Look at this thing. Top of the candlestick, hopefully you can see it in the video. There's a big old doji, just a skeleton. I call these skeleton white dojis. Right? So you get the alert, you know, the SMI is kind of struggling to roll over. It's tracking sideways here for a while. Eventually it makes good and rolls over. You get this huge signal. This is a big signal, guys. When you see these kind of things like this, especially after the Get Us Plus candlestick and the Get Us Plus indicator alerts like this, triggers like this, This thing is like just, screaming, we're going short, right? That's what it's telling you. In this case, because the SMI is going down, right? The SMI is doing this. This trade is actually pretty easy. Even if you let's just say you got in a little bit early, because it's going to happen. Sometimes it happens to me. You get in early somewhere in there, no big deal. You just had to wait this out, and then it's bombs away. Great trade. And then this is how I knew the market was, I don't want to say in trouble, because I make money in bullish and bearish markets. I don't really view bearish markets as trouble. But since most of the world talks in that kind of lingo, right? They use that kind of language. Oh, the market's in trouble. And I'm like, okay, fine. This is what people understand, right? But me, down is good, and so is up. As a futures trader, I'm a speculative futures trader. I don't care what the market's doing. What I don't want the market doing is doing this sideways. That's what I don't want it doing. That's the only thing I don't like is this. Okay, so but anyway, just so everybody can kind of understand, yeah, the market is in trouble. Okay, let's just keep it that way. And the reason I knew the market was in trouble, quote unquote, in trouble or going down, was because you see this alert right here? And look what the SMI did. It went nowhere. See how it didn't come up here and peak out? It just came up halfway and died. That's very informational. That's very useful information when you see this kind of behavior. So you get the signal, the SMI doesn't peak, and then the market tries to get up there and it fails. And it just keeps failing. And let me change some things here because this is a bit ugly. I think the 288 is fine. What we don't want is we don't want the 24. And it's okay to have the 50 on this one. Let's see what we get. That's better. Yeah. Okay. So just here was the alert, the first one I liked right here, and you get the skeleton doji. What do you notice here? See how it came right up and actually literally touched this green line? What is this green line? It's the 24-hour SMA. That's what this is. 24-hour simple moving average. It literally came right up and touched it. At that point, it was 49.37. And the top of that candlestick, you guessed it, 49.37. So I hope you can see the power of the 24-hour SMA. It's like a gravity. It's like a gravity magnet, if there's such a thing. It's like a magnet. Things just return to the 24-hour SMA over and over and over again. And when I saw that the 24-hour SMA acted as resistance, see, it resisted it and it kicked it down, right? It resisted it, rejected it, and came down. And then we got this signal here. It did do nothing. Halfway up the SMI, failed again. Oh, that right there, guys and gals, this big drop right here, that was it. That's when I knew the market had a behavior change right there. So the 5-minute chart revealed, it was the first one to reveal. I'm sure the 1-minute guys, I don't watch 1-minute charts, but the 5-minute chart was the first intraday chart that revealed there's probably going to be trouble in the market, or in other words, the market's going to go down longer term. And it showed up in the 15-minute chart, it showed up in the hourly chart, and of course it showed up in the daily chart, which we already looked at, right? So that's why I tell this to my members all the time. And for those, I know are going to be people going to become a member today after you watch this video. It's just going to happen. Okay, that's why I always tell my members, you want to look at all 3 streaming charts this service provides: the 1 hour, the 15-minute, and the 5-minute, because they will tell you everything you need to know almost, way more times than not. Okay, so this was the trade of the day. This one right here. And then the rest of this day was just anytime you saw a bounce in the SMI, you could pretty much just go short. When you see, having that kind of knowledge, knowing that the market was in trouble or the market was going to go down on the daily, knowing that, you can take advantage of all this. Anytime you get a spike, it's you know how it's buy the dips. Well, this is sell the rips, I guess it's called. Anytime you get a rip, any little rip, sell it. Rip, sell it. Rip, sell it. Just keep selling it. I mean, this wasn't a whole lot of money here. You just kind of tracked sideways here for like a long time. But you get my point, right? You weren't losing money here if you just stuck with sell the rip. And sure enough, eventually, boom. All right, now we're looking at the 1 hour chart, okay? And I don't show this chart very often to the public. Occasionally I do. because this has a lot of information on it that's very useful to the members. I use this a lot. Okay, and you can see I had, these are cycles that are on here. I redid this chart for the cycles, I think it was yesterday, because I noticed the behavior change. See, even I just like, it's just like the market was talking to me. I'm like, there's something going on here. How did I know that the market was going to change? I knew this actually beforehand. I changed these cycles yesterday, and today we get this big pullback. So why would I change these cycles? You want to know why? I'm going to give you a little clue. When you have a cycle, this is very predictable pattern, right? It's just a certain amount of length of time every time. Same thing with the green ones, just a certain amount of length of time every time. What I can look back at these cycles, and I can see that they're working, going backwards, right? I see they work. Some people probably can't spot it, but I can spot it. I can see the cycles are working, okay? Well, I had yellow cycles on here. I had green and yellow for the longest time. And then I had to bring in the red cycle the other day. All right? So when I had to bring in a third cycle, that's information, very useful information. It tells me something's going on. Another cycle came in. It's beginning to overlap and it's intertwining and it's beginning to make its way into the mix. Okay? And the next day, what happened? The yellow cycle, I looked 2 cycles back when I had the yellow cycles on here, and guess what? The yellow cycles weren't working anymore. Bingo, I took it off the chart. That's how it works. You constantly have to reevaluate the market. Every day, you have to relook at the market and redo the cycles and stay on top of it. So that behavior change was a signal that said, wait, something's going on here. And I was pretty sure we were going to get a pullback, and we did. Okay, I hope that helps. Right, that's part of the service, by the way. All right, so let's take a look at the hourly chart. Remember I talked about 7 a.m. I said we're going to look at the 5-minute chart, and I said we're going to look at the hourly too. I wanted to show you something. I had a cycle low here at 7 a.m. Look what happened here. Right, we started getting this red candlestick at 7 a.m. Now there's something, we'll look at this behavior. This is kind of you see this little down right here? It was intraday yesterday closed, and then we had the futures closed here. This is probably like 3 o'clock, right? Intraday closed at 3, and then another hour of futures, and then this little doji is the opening for the next day. Okay, well, look at this. There's a cycle right here. Look at that. That cycle was, I think it was 4 o'clock or 3 o'clock. I had it at 3 o'clock. Exactly. What is this candlestick right there? 3 o'clock. See down here? Look down here. It's going to say 1500. See that? 1500. That's 3 o'clock. Okay. So that cycle was absolutely spot banging on. And then this green cycle, I could tell it was in here. It wasn't quite as powerful, but it was still in there. It's just kind of a small little cycle. Okay. See it right here, how it comes down? It's just a really small kind of, I shouldn't say small. The cycle is there and it's relevant, but the price pullback is small is what I really want to say. But guess what? I make money on this. I make money on these little pullbacks because my account size lets me do some scalps and I can make money on these little pullbacks, okay? Look at this one. See this? Just a little, seems like a little no nothing. That little nothing right there is probably a couple $100. Okay? Maybe more, just depends. So that's very useful. And then we started getting some price deterioration here. 7 o'clock, we did get the right there. The candlestick started happening at 7, and I had this other cycle, this green one, of course, which just continues over here all the way to 4 o'clock, guys, which we're coming up on right now. And what did the market do today? All the way down. All the way down. We only have like, I think, 10, 15 minutes left before the market closes today. You can see it's just still trading here, barely trading, just sitting there. So the futures closed here in like, I don't know, 10, 15, 20 minutes, whatever it is, okay? So this cycle, this green cycle, that showed up here. Let me clear the screen. Things are getting kind of dirty. Showed up here. It showed up here. Very small, but it's there, see it? And then it showed up here. And this one, of course, is a continuation of intraday, and there's nothing small about that. Okay, So there it is. There's your cycles. And a lot of people have a hard time spotting this kind of thing, but I've been doing this a long time. And this cycle behavior change really stood out to me, that there was going to be a pullback in the market. And bam, we get this huge monster pullback today. Really nice. Okay, so you want to become a member. That's great. Glad you sticked around to the end of the video. There is a link in the description below this video on YouTube. Okay, so make sure you just read those instructions very carefully before you join. Okay, once you've done that, click on the Discord link. It's going to bring you over to my server here. Get a server. This is where all the server membership takes place, on this Discord server. Okay, and then once you get to the server, click on server shop right here. It's going to bring you to this page. $7.99 a month, guys and gals. I used to say this before. I'm going to say it again. It's kind of cliche, but it's worth saying. If I make it any cheaper, I'm giving it away. And that's true. This is just crazy cheap. This is like coin. All right. The membership's been banging on, guys. It's just, this membership for 2 years now, it just keeps getting better. The data refinement keeps getting better. The analysis keeps getting better. I've been working hard at this to keep the business going. And, business, and just going to take a moment here. Business isn't easy, guys. Running a business takes hard work. And there's going to be days of frustration. Boy, I've had plenty of those. Okay. So, but the business is, in far as the value to members, has been really good. Like really good. $7.99 is crazy cheap. Okay. You saw the streaming charts. That's down here when you join. Click on this channel down here, S&P 500 stream. You'll get the 5 minute, the 15 minute, and the 1 hour streaming charts, just like you saw in the video today, right? We looked at the 5 minute chart for the trade of the day. We looked at the 1 hour chart. I went over the cycles. Okay, I don't normally share that with public, but occasionally I do. All right. Somebody's talking to me on the phone. Hello, phone. So, and there's a 15 minute chart in there as well. I don't think I showed that one today, but they're all on there. The Get Us Plus alert is on there. We saw how it triggered today, right? And when that Get Us Plus alert triggers, it sends an alert to this S&P 500 alerts channel. So if you want alerts on this and you're going to join and become a member, or you already are a member, just right click on this channel right here and turn notifications on. Okay. Very, very nice setup here. All right. So even if you're away from the streaming charts and you want to know what's going on, you can load this app, this Discord app, on your phone. But like I said, make sure you read the instructions if you're going to do that. I don't recommend trading on mobile devices, because you really need to be looking at all three charts to really make accurate decisions. I would prefer, my opinion is, because all this is my opinion, is to get yourself a really big monitor and a nice PC. Okay, that's how you should be operating. But I understand sometimes people are away from the computer, so the next best thing is a mobile phone. Yes, you can load the Discord app on your mobile phone. Okay. All right, so that's really nice setup there between the streaming charts and the S&P 500 alerts channel. There's also alerts for all these products here: gold, crude oil, top 30 stocks, the S&P 500, and the NASDAQ. And then there's some daily alerts as well. Now, these don't have streaming charts, but they do have alerts, okay? But the S&P 500 always has the streaming charts going on 5 days a week. Okay, premium symbols, Monday through Thursday night after the market closes, I put premium symbols in here. This includes future symbols, optionable stocks, industry symbols, and symbols that can be shorted. Any symbol looks like it's getting ready to be shorted. So there can be anywhere from 2 to 4 files worth of symbols in here. Really nice channel. Okay, I usually put that in there, kind of after the market futures are closed. Might be like 4 or 5 o'clock, something like that, 6 o'clock. Okay. After futures close. Okay. Currency. This is, if I tend to trade futures currency, which I haven't done in a while, but if I do, it'll be in there. Okay, Get Us Only posts. This channel is a read-only channel. This is where I post my stuff. And in here, I post a link to the video, like the video you're watching right now. Also, I'll notify all the members in this channel when the emails go out every night. Okay, so read only, but you can go in there. You just can't post anything in there. Okay, and then if you want to get the nightly email, which I really suggest that you do get on the email list, it's going to really help you. Some people just look at the emails every night. They don't even look at the streaming charts. Okay, so put your email address here in the emails only channel. I'll pick it up. And every night, the email that goes out includes a daily chart of the S&P 500, with the daily cycles on there, just like we saw in the video today. The support lines, in this case, right now we're dealing with support instead of resistance. Support lines will be on the chart as well. And I give my opinion of like a couple sentences usually of my opinion about what I think the market's going to do the next day. Now, I don't always say what the market's going to do the next day because sometimes it's not always clear, but I often do. So that's everything that goes into email, okay? Fixed income. I do buy corporate bonds from time to time. I usually hold them. I personally buy corporate bonds and hold them to maturity. I think it's a really smart thing to do because I generate interest off these bonds. If I do that, I'll put it in this channel, okay? Yes, I track solar activity. Actually, this has a lot to do with a lot of things in the world. Okay, also the market, believe it or not, is impacted by solar activity. So that kind of gets factored in there. So that's why I have the channel. You can go in there, look at it, comment. We occasionally talk about earthquakes in there as well. So there's some very interesting data that comes in that channel sometimes. Okay, these two channels, S&P 500 and the member chat, just general chat that we talk. A lot of chat usually happens right here in the S&P 500 channel, obviously. And then there's member chat too. If you have a support issue, put it in the member chat channel. Just put it right in there. If you have support specifically for email, like, hey, I'm not getting my emails, then you can put it here in this emails only channel, okay? All right, so all these channels, every channel inside this rectangle, including the streaming charts, the nightly emails and everything else I talked about, all that is for $7.99, okay? It's crazy cheap. I should be charging $50. All right, so this is members only. The public cannot access these channels, only members can. Okay, so it's exclusive in that sense. This channel is the only channel that's open to the public, and all it is a welcome channel. There's no services in here whatsoever. Okay, all right, rules. You got to read the rules. Okay, the rules in here are the refund rules are in here. The please play nice and be nice to everybody else rules are in there. Do not post nasty pictures, nasty links, nasty language. I don't tolerate any of that stuff. Okay, if you do it, I'm going to warn you. If you keep doing it, I'm going to kick you. And if you keep doing it after that, you're going to get banned and then you're out. Okay. So refund rules, play nice to everybody else rules. And there's a disclaimer in there that says, I am not a financial advisor. Okay, guys and gals, I don't give advice. Everything that you're hearing right now in this video and everything in this service and on this server is strictly opinion only. Okay. Only give opinion, guys and gals. All right. Okay. I think that pretty much covers it all. Happy trading, everybody. God bless everybody. We'll talk to you all real soon again next time.